so that we can move when we are together. Can I therefore humbly ask the old men and women to come in front, and we commission them.
We said we can't do anything without being commissioned. And it is good that today it has happened.
And most importantly, a successful journey. So at one time we can say, I think, let's have a moment to reflect and share with each other. I want to thank the District Council for coming up with this idea and at the same time sailing it through so that we can have this event take place. I want to thank you for coming up with a committee which I'm sure is going to propel the organization of this event successfully. What I look at as being paramount is how do we celebrate? Yes, it is worth celebrating, but how do we celebrate? That's the only thing we need to look at. Do you just bring a drum and in the road and you dance? Do you just bring a music system and people dance the whole night? So what is embedded in this celebration? Now it takes us back to what we have been discussing. So this celebration, as long as we get the right meaning out of it, we are actually celebrating a history. And therefore it means something has to be written down. We are now going to collect a lot of data and put it together. Actually, it is that data put together, that document is what we are celebrating. Because now going to concretize all that has happened in this district. And therefore we need a very strong secretariat, and also the information source. Where do you get the information from? People are coming to come up with claims and say so and so should be brought up for recognition. But when you look at the history, you may not find that person there. But because of the personal interest that person may have, we will push to have that person recognized. So do we have the source of information? Where are we going to get our information that we are going to put in our document? It's very important. And to the committee and the other ones yet to come, please ensure that you don't work out under influence. Don't just be influenced by anybody because of some personal interest somebody has. Because at the end of the day, when we bring out this document, it should bear an understanding of what the majority really think it is. We can come out with a document which will again be a source of problems at the end when people begin looking at it, say, how did this one appear? How did these people put up this thing? So you must be very cautious when you are compiling this data and therefore organizing this event. The other one, about, I think you may have not understood it. We have been here, we are born here, we have been here, and I think through God's grace we shall still be here for some time. But we must not forget what we have gone through. And in kasese, once we forget and handle a situation anyhow, it may end up bringing us more problems. The mere mention of what happened, the mere mention of who did what, will be a source of problem. So how you measure, how you handle is very, very important. We should not forget, I have heard the chairman was saying some 15 people went and lobbied. 15, no, this is not lobbying, it was out of a push, out of a struggle. So these are things we should not hide. No. This was not a question of somebody waking up and saying, I'm going to lobby. No, there was a beginning of something. Something had, that lobbying was triggered by something, which we must not hide. And therefore, how do you bring this one on board so that we don't open up all the wounds? That's why we should not amplify. We should not amplify the 15 people. Let's not amplify them, to put them on the headline. If we are talking about a recognition committee and we are recognizing 100 people, the 15 will form part of the 100. As people who have been recognized. But this business of saying we recognize 15 because they went and lobbied for the district, we know what happened and how these people went, we know. And we don't want to bring up that picture, to bring it back now in this century. So I want to advise that those who are going to form the recognition committee and decide and say these are the categories of people to be recognized, get the categories and enumerate them. Enumerate them, including those 15 people. I know some of our names will come up because you can't be a vice chairman of the district, you can't be a speaker. Who else are you going to recognize when you come to the political side? I know my name will appear, but let it be among those without any segregation. Let me find myself among the 15. But if we begin now for black and white, we are going to cause problems. So it's not a local function. It's not a local function because when you stand and say we are going to recognize a district you are talking about a government. And we have two governments, the local government and the central government. That means we have to coordinate this function. We have to coordinate it. And for us, when you mention about people celebrating and they will be in big numbers, you're already talking about the fountain of honor, then automatically you are saying RDC, police, security. They have to come in automatically. You cannot avoid us. So, we want right from the beginning, I don't know how we are going to design it here. To begin with, we could first meet the executive committee of the district, and maybe the office of the speaker. We could first meet, so that we now internalize exactly what should form this celebration. So that right from the beginning we are together. We don't want to reach a point when then we begin saying for us we don't know. Because when you talk about going to our minister, definitely the first call the minister will say, will make is to the RDC, to ask him how is the situation, what is taking place. So how do I answer when I have not got the inside of the whole organization? So I want to advise that immediately, it may be this week, it may be early next week, but let's have it. Let's have that meeting and we go through what it entails, so that we move together and in a coordinated manner. So the point I'm making is that let's be more consultative. Let's do a lot of consultation. Then the third point is that appointing a committee, you have to be very clear on how this committee reports. How do you relate with this committee? because they have delegated powers. These are delegates. But the one who delegates still has the role, the mandate to know what is taking place. So let's very clear how the community relates to the leadership of the district. So that is something that I wanted to share with you. The first is we shall reach a certain point. We shall reach a certain point when we shall enhance publicity of this function. When we finally agree on how to go about it. Because it's a good thing. It's a good thing we have to agree on how to handle it. That's the only challenge. I mean, the only issue. How do we handle it? It's a very good thing. How do we handle it? So we shall reach a point. We strengthen our publicity. And finally, we shall all own every activity that will take place. Shall own every activity that will take place. We must have room for adjustments. For instance, when I look at the objective number 1, this is an objective that needs panel beating. If we left it the way it is, some other people may exploit it. If we leave it the way it is, we must do some panel beating on some of these opinions. Because when you say to recognize the various stakeholders that play the role of ensuring kasese district from total district administration, some other person will exploit this and get out some entry points which may not be good for us. So because this objective shows that there was a struggle. But why would we still think about the struggle? We go to what we wanted. So we can only say we are recognizing. And we are not talking about getting the district by the way only. We are talking about what has happened in the 50 years. That's the more important thing. What have we achieved? So you cannot tell me the 15 people have achieved what we have caused us to achieve. No. People have played roles. People have engaged in farming, economic farming. You go to a farm and you really get impressed. Find people bringing out many liters of milk every day, and people are consuming the milk. People have expanded their businesses. These are people that you have to recognize. Oh, that is part of development. So we must reach a level where we can beat some of these opinions, so that finally we get. Because we know the people to invite, so that we have an inner depth discussion of the whole function. Yeah. So that we can move when we are together. Can I therefore humbly ask all the men and women to come in front? And we commission them.
We said we can't do anything without being commissioned. And it is good that today it has happened. And the ladies and the gentlemen, the purpose of the celebration is to recognize the existence of Kasese district and appreciate the achievements, contributions of Kasese district to the economic, social, political, moral sectors in Uganda, and drive further to the district development agenda. So our function is in line with the vision of the district, which is to be a model district in sustainable development, industrialization, and service delivery with high standards of living for the people of Kasese. So we can't go outside that vision of Kasese. And our mission is to achieve sustainable socio-economic development through efficient provision of quality services to the people in conformity with the national and local politics. See how? Our current development agenda Unless I can say the district development agenda, and people may not understand what it is. It is upgrading of Kasese airstrip down there, operational railway system, revamping Kilembe mines, agriculture, land management and sustainability, tourism, education, health, human capital, disaster management. So as we organize this function, our focus is there. And I have already told my committee that we don't want politics in this. Whoever brings his or her own politics, we shall kick him out of this committee. Because the function is for all of us. Whatever the RDC has mentioned, we have already talked about it. Legal committee, but now we are formalizing. The key specific celebration objectives, you have heard them, but I can still put them forward because now I am in the chair. So, to recognize the various stakeholders that played a role of ensuring the district that were carved into 3 districts of that time, 1974. But then later, the central government thought of renaming these districts according to their capital towns. So Kasese being Kasese district has secured since 1974. All these we know. We have decided in the committee, Mr. RDC, that we will bring on board the people in the Kisinga who deal with the coffee, those in the Hima cement factory. These people will organize that under the chairmanship of the production officer here. So we are not leaving out anybody, and everybody who has contributed to this district, because we know when Kasese became a district, we had no person to become, by that time was called what? District Commissioner. District Commissioner. We didn't have. They brought a man called Maja Alu. Maja Alu became the district commissioner here. Then later on, when it was found out by the central government that these people need an indigenous person, so they came to Mate, who was a grade 3 teacher. A grade 3 teacher now who cannot be a cow. So we had that man and he managed this district. We have come from far. And when we celebrate, we should mean celebrating something that is real and which is uplifting us. Youth. The youth, we celebrate solutions to challenges that the Kasese district has faced in the last 50 years. They are there. Solutions. Solution is being an RDC. That is a solution to something that we had. That is a solution. Sitting in a chair of a cow. Would she have that chance? We must do what? We must celebrate. Now, a great teacher now who cannot be as a district local government technical staff. So we had that man and he managed information and decision that we have come from far. Program processes, OBR for the critical role played in the creation of Kasese district. Political leaders since Kasese district creation who have been decision makers in planning and budgeting processes following the district historical. And when we celebrate, we should mean celebrating youth. Youth comprise.
Maybe Mama will summarize.
Time is against us, we want to go. Actually, I have accepted this noble cause and I'm requesting that I be supported in all ways. Security ways, central government, kasese local government, because if you don't give me a TTO, if you say something that is real and which is uplifting us. I'm now you here, standing here. Whoever is here, you should know that I'm you and you are you. So thank you work together to have a very successful celebration for God and my country.
First is my name, District Chairperson Kasese. Today, as the people of Kasese, we are blessed that we have reached a point of launching.
We celebrate solutions to challenge
for the golden jubilee of Kasese district since it was created as a district in 1974. This is an idea that we first thought of as the district executive, and when I shared with the executive, they appreciated it, that we must really celebrate 50 years of existence as a district, because the journey we have gone through really justifies that we need to celebrate. And we presented it before council, and council unanimously supported it. And now we said, how do we move on? We said there must be a committee, and it is today that we are kick-starting off the activities of the committee to ensure that the planned Golden Jubilee to be celebrated in October becomes a reality. Why did we think about this? If we celebrated 50 years of existence, we must invite the principal, who is the head of state, who is none, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to Buhaburwa, the President of the Republic of Uganda, to attend this function. And what did we do? Because we thought of recognizing characters, people who participated in ensuring that this district exists, and also those that have contributed in giving service delivery and in offering their wealth, their property, to be able to ensure that the district exists. And so we said we need to be guided, because we wanted to reward or to recognize those people. They are politicians, they are civil servants, they are opinion leaders who we identified. And we tentatively made a list which we have submitted to the chairperson of this committee. But we gave room that they can add more. And so what I did first was to write to the Honorable Minister for Presidency, Honorable Babalanda, to seek for guidance. One, on how best we can do it, because recognizing people, we thought if we would give them certificates of recognition, and we also give them a token of appreciation, and also a medal. But we said we can't do all that without the consent of central government. So we wrote to Mama Bebalanda to guide us on how best we can do that. And we said this, we want to have a series of activities to be done. And we thought we would do it on Independence Day. But when we delivered the letter, they said the Independence Day has already been given to another district, because they do it in advance, and they had already given it to the people of Bushia. So independence will be celebrated in Bushia. We said for us, we don't mind. If it is celebrated in Bushia, if we can identify another week after independence, because we shall be having a series of activities, cleaning, trying to demonstrate, to show what we produce here, what the culture is all about, and also having all these series of activities. They would be crowned with now the celebration, where we would be having now His Excellency the President. And so we also requested the Honorable Minister for Presidency to liaise with His Excellency the President to give us a tentative date of when this can be done. But as I kept on making a follow-up, I discovered that we need to also remind the Honorable Minister on the same. But also, I also wrote to the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda to request her to invite for us the President. Because I knew since the Prime Minister was a supervisor of the Minister for Presidency, there was a need also for her to know what we want to do. And so we made a write-up trying to justify why we need to have this function. When I delivered it, she appreciated, and I will keep making a follow-up. And all these letters that were written to the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Minister for Presidency, were copied to security organs, the RDC, as the head of security, so that he's in the know of what is taking place. And today's launch, we have even invited RDC, DISO to be part of the launch, so that they know that the thing we are pushing has relevancy of why we want to celebrate and why we want to recognize some individuals. It's not that like the way people have perceived it, that we want to recognize people who fought Toro Kingdom to have a district. That's not the purpose of the meeting. The purpose of this function is to showcase that we want to appreciate government for having realized that Kasese needs to be given a district status. And we want also to showcase that what we have benefited as a district is quite a lot, and we are grateful to government for the support, and we are grateful to all those that contributed to the existence of this district. That's the purpose.
Would you like?
We have really developed. Before the district was created, we did not have a secondary school in the district. All the secondary schools were outside this district, because the first secondary school we got it in 1974, which is the third secondary school. But as I speak now, we have over 30 secondary schools, both government aided and private. That's already an indicator that there is development in the area of education. We had a few primary schools, but now we have primary schools. By that time, we had not more than 10 university graduates. But as we speak now, we speak of thousands of people who have got university degrees and diplomas. We did not have higher institutions of learning, but after we had got a district status, we got a teachers training college, and that's when we started now having many teachers graduating out of that school who are teachers. We have come up with other institutions now, like we have Kasese Polytechnic, which is skilling our people. That time we had Nuyo, which is Mubuku Training Institute, but it also collapsed. We are now trying to revive it now. But as I speak now, there are even other private technical schools which have come up. We did not even have a training school where they can train health workers, but we have got now training schools. We have Kagando, we have Rwenzori, we have Bwera, and now St. Mary has also come up. All these are just indicators that we are developing. The road infrastructure, we had a few roads, but we have a total of over 500 kilometers. There were no roads in the mountain, but now we have roads in the mountain. All these infrastructure development indicate that we are progressing on. We did not have clean water, but because of the district status, as we plan, we are getting clean water almost in every area. We only had Mubuku irrigation scheme, but we have now come up with other mini irrigation schemes. We have even benefited from the micro mini irrigation schemes, where we have got around 6 members who have benefited, where they can generate water, pump it, and they continue harvesting throughout the year. All these are developments that have come as a result of having a district status. Not only that, even employment, because now people have got employment as a result of creation of a district. You find a chief executive officer or cow, you find deputies, you find other workers, heads of departments, which was not the case by that time. And this has already created employment for our people. And not only that, we have had an opportunity even to benefit from other government programs. For instance, we are getting government quota for students who go to university. Like this morning, I have just signed a letter addressing it to the Honorable Minister of Education and Sports, appreciating that they have taken 9 people who are going to join universities. That is the district quota, and those who went on merit have also gone. So all this we are getting as benefits. Even the private sector has improved education. Like Kampala International University gives every district slots for bursaries. And for us as a district, at district headquarters they give us 30, each sub-county they give them 2, and we have 44 lower local governments. Times 2 per intake, times 2 intakes, we get almost 118 times 2 per year joining it. Only one university. Other universities are also giving us those slots. We have had an opportunity of even having our own university known as Rwenzori International University, where we have Dr. Walemba as the Vice Chancellor. This is a university that is put in place by the indigenous people, and all this is done because of the development that is taking place. We only had Kasese Town Council, but we now have 14 town councils and now a municipality, Kasese, which was a town council. All those are signs of development. We are benefiting from Usmid program. When you reach Kasese town, you may think it is a city, and indeed that's where we are heading. So all those are milestones that we can really see. People with a disability have benefited their programs of government, and as a district we get slots. This financial year, 20 people with disability, 20 groups of disability, each group has got 5 million. That is already 100 million has come to the district. So, women programs, WEP, the youth programs, we are getting, because these programs are given to districts. And because of the district status, we are getting all these. So there are many things I can talk about. And so for us as a district, that's why we thought it wise that we need to say a person or a child of 5 or 50 years is no longer a child, but is an adult. So we need to celebrate this golden jubilee to appreciate what government has done for us and what individuals have contributed to make it what it is. We have tourism. The tourism industry is now thriving very well. One, for the last 2 years we have been celebrating the Rwenzori or the Rwenzori Siruji Festival, where we have attracted people from all over the world. And this year, we are going to have the same. We are even going to have a national tourism day for the district, which is national activity, which is going to be there in September. All these activities indicating that we are really mature and we have the potential to attract people to know that Kasese is a tourism hub.
Maybe
The district we have gone through civil strife, and this somehow has affected us. Right from the time of ethnic clashes that took away lives of many. But as we started realizing, we are now trying to see how best we come together as a family. Because we have all realized that we are God's creation, and we see no reason why we should keep on pulling ropes. And that civil strife that happened as a result of tribal clashes has come to an end. The only challenge we have had, because of our location in the mountains and bordering with the DRC, where there are a lot of challenges, we have acted as a playground for the rebels who keep on attacking us. But with the vigilance of our people and the sensitization of the leaders and the good leadership of NRM, our people have been empowered, and we are saying no to activities that are likely to cause us bloodshed, and we are trying our best. And with the event of people of this region having a cultural leader, the king, he has come up with a message of uniting the people of Kasese, regardless of their ethnicity and regardless of their region where they come from. And this is also another milestone. And when you look at the pillars he has come up with, it is just in line with the NRM manifesto, and we believe this will help us to go a long way to address the challenge of insecurity in the area.